In the small, seemingly untroubled town of Elder Grove, there was an ancient tale whispered among locals about the bunny and the fox. Bright and colorful as the imagery might suggest, their legend carried an ominous weight that made parents warn their children not to wander the woods after dark. She crafted two figures, a rabbit adorned with colorful lights that dimmed and brightened erratically, and a fox draped in royal blue and fiery orange cloth. Unbeknownst to her, these were not just figments of her imagination, but embodiments rooted deep in the town's cursed history. Teresa's creative process absorbed her. She stayed up late into the night, perfecting each detail under the dim light of her studio lamp. When she finally finished, exhaustion hit like a wave, pulling her into an uneasy sleep slumped over her desk. She awoke in the dead of night to a faint, eerie glow. Her heart pounded as she struggled to comprehend the sight before her. Beside it stood the fox, its eyes glinting with the life of their own. Her gut told her to run, but curiosity anchored her in place. She grabbed her phone and began to record, thinking the strange phenomenon might be some trick of the mind or an elaborate illusion. As the camera zeroed in, she felt the atmosphere around her shift. The optimism of an artist's I² beta negation beta's studio twisted into something darker, more restless. For reasons she could not fathom, Teresa followed the strangely animated duo as they sauntered out of the front door and into the thick woods bordering Elder Grove. The air grew colder, and an inky blackness swallowed up the natural moonlight, leaving only the rabbit's pulsating glow and the fox's eyes to guide her path. The trees loomed large as though whispering warnings. She couldn't I² beta negation beta T here? Deep within the forest, the pair came to a sudden stop in a circular clearing shrouded in darkness and mist. It seemed uncanny, like a place untouched by time. The rabbit's I² beta negation beta's lights flickered erratically, its features contorting as if in silent agony, while the fox stood still, its eyes trained on Teresa. In her dreamlike state, Teresa felt a compulsion to document everything. She raised her phone to capture the intense, surreal image. Desperation surged within her. She turned and bolted the way she had come, the chilling realization sinking in that she might not find her way back. The forest shifted, its trails vanishing. Bark morphed into spectral faces, watching her with hollow eyes. Teresa's I² beta negation beta's breath came ragged, panic bubbling into high-pitched wheezes. Teresa. Words of caution enshrined in warmth and warning. She looked back and saw not the rabbit or the fox but the silhouettes of what could be generations of Elder Grove residents, bound to this place. She tripped and fell, her phone skidding away into the darkness. Lying there, catching her breath, the forest seemed to relent. The spectral faces faded, the whispers dulled, and the night grew still. She stumbled upon an unexpected strength to rise and continue, driven by the need to survive. Hours later, as dawn broke, Teresa emerged from the woods, disheveled but alive. Teresa vowed never to speak of that night. She deleted the recordings, threw away her sketches, and dismantled her sculptures, leaving no trace of the encounter. Elder Grove's woods reclaimed their quiet aura, the legend of the bunny and the fox returning to a hushed whisper among the town's I² beta negation beta's folklore. As the days passed, Teresa found solace in ordinary things, but every now and then, she would catch a faint flicker of colorful light or the gleam of orange and blue out of the corner of her eye, a haunting reminder of when dreams breached reality's I² beta negation beta's fragile threshold.